We have the stories of the Hurricane Harvey event. I call it an event because, you know, it spanned over days and, you know, over months of recovery. And these stories tell the journey of the community in the Greater League City area. What makes this book special is that it was a community effort. It was pushed by our local authors group who went out and actively gathered the stories, but it was primarily community driven.
League City being the premier city, I thought that this would be a great reason to try to do it, you know, and the story needed to be told.
We started with the interviews with the public servants, with the mayor, the chief of police, some of the other members of the police department, as well as the fire department, some of the local business people, and put their stories up first, and then went into some of the individual stories, family stories, people who were trapped in their attic, people who couldn't get back into their homes for 6 months. Some of the stories were heartbreaking.
I'm one of the authors who contributed stories from people who had suffered from the flood of Hurricane Harvey. I was living with my daughter. Her house took on 19 inches of water. Needless to say, I lost about 80 to 85% of everything I had. I'll never forget the traumatic experience of seeing the water come in the house.
The book tells, you know, the human tale of, you know, how it hurt people, destroyed property, destroyed lives, but how people also like recovered and had hope and, you know, pitched in to help their neighbors. So the good and the bad, it's all there.
This printing was funded by our very generous friends of Helen Hall Library.
Just to thank everyone for their, you know, their efforts and to gathering all the stories, to talking to everyone, to transcribing, to editing, and all the logistics that go behind creating, you know, an actual physical product that can tell people's stories.
The very last story that we have in the book was written by Joanne, and it ends with, "I think I'll stay," which we wanted to be the end to make sure that everybody knew that the city was still here, and it was going to continue to be here, and it was going to go forward stronger than it was before the storm.